Hi guys, welcome back to Mr. Bob's Classroom episode boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, episode 8. And we have a really fun day today. It's going to be a little bit shorter video than normal. Got some time issues with me today, but that's okay. We're still going to have a lot of fun. We've got some really cool stuff to do. We are going to look at our ocean again. If you remember, when we made our ocean in the last episode, it was really, really dark and almost impossible to see through. We knew that we put seashells in it, but we didn't know whether or not we could actually see them because it was so dark. We put the water in, and all the sand mixed with the water, and we couldn't see through it. Well, we asked our friends, how long will it take before we can see through it? And some of our friends said hundreds and hundreds of years. We're going to find out if they were right or not. We're going to look at our ocean again today and see if we can see through it or not. That's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do that later. And then we're going to have a super cool special project as we continue talking about oceans. We are going to make our own jellyfish. Yep, I told you it was going to be something really cool. We're going to make our own jellyfish here in the class, and it's something that you can make at home with your parents. It's a lot of fun, and you can keep it in your room, and you can play with it, and you can watch the jellyfish move. Really fun stuff today. But let's go ahead and get it started off so we're not wasting anybody's time. Let's put some names on the board. So we've got our bucket right here, all our names in it. The only thing I'm missing is a marker, and there it is. Oh, boop, there it is. There's our marker. It's our black marker that we're using today. And let's go ahead and get started. Find out what is the first name that's going to go up on the board. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Now, I'm going to leave off the first letter, and I'm going to write the rest of the letters to see if you guys can guess whose name it is and what the first letter is supposed to be. So let's give it a try. Here we go. Who do you think that is? Good job. It's Anaya, and Anaya is missing her big A. Boop. There it is. Now we have Anaya. Let's see who's next. Remember, I'm leaving off the first letter, so you guys can try to guess who this is. Ooh, that's a tough one. Because we have two friends in our class whose names end in A-G-A-N. But since I'm only leaving off the first letter, you got it. It's Sagan, and we were missing the big S. That's right. Bonus points if you can guess whose other name ends in A-G-A-N. It's Tegan. Good job. All right, let's see the next name we're going to write. Remember, we're leaving off the first letter. Is... That's good job, guys. You're right. It's Amelia, and Amelia is missing her big E. Bam! But we put that big E there, and then we have Amelia. Without it, we have Melia. Just like without the S, we have Agan. And without the A there, we have Naya. But you guys already knew that. Let's see what our fourth name is going to be. It's a long one. Remember, we're leaving off the first letter. Does anybody know whose name that is? Without the first letter, it's a little tricky, but if we said it without the first letter, it would say Axon. So who do you think that? Jackson, that's right, and we're missing this letter right here. Boop, we're missing the big J. We've got two more names left. I'm getting excited. Oop, this one's going to be fun. Now remember, we left off the first letter, so without it, we have Juniper. Juniper! And her name begins with a big J, just like Jackson. Boom! Juniper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. So we get one more. It's another long one. And without the first letter, it says Viana. Viana? I don't know a Viana. Oh, I know now. We put the A there. And we have Aviana. Aviana's there too. Look at that. We have Anaya, Sagan, Amelia, Jackson, Juniper, and Aviana. Excellent job, guys. Did I forget somebody? Who? I forgot Mr. Bob. There we go. He goes up at the top right there. So, who is at the bottom of our list? Oh, Aviana's at the bottom. Good job, guys. Who's at the top? Who's at the tippity top of the list? It's Anaya. Anaya's at the tippity top. Excellent job. Who is right above Aviana? Who's right above her? Juniper is. Juniper's right above Aviana. Who is right below Anaya? Who's right below Anaya? Sagan is. Sagan's right below her. Good job. And who is right on top of Juniper? Who's right on top of Juniper? It's Jackson. Excellent. That means we have one last friend who is in between, in the middle of Jackson and Sagan. Who is that? It's Amelia. Amelia's in there. Hi, Amelia. That's crazy. Well, let's see. We have all of these friends with us today. Anaya, Sagan, Amelia, Jackson, Juniper, Aviana. So if Aviana got into an elevator and went all the way up, she could pick up Anaya. And then she could come down and pick up Junebug. And she could go back up and pick up Sagan and then back down. And pick up Jackson, then back up and pick up Emmy. And then all the way up to Mr. Bob's, and we could have a party. Woo! We could have a party. We could have a fun party. The party time in Mr. Bob's class. Man, I would love to have a super fun party. Especially right now. I would love to have an ocean party. I would love to go to the beach. The weather's so nice. It'd be a great time to go to the beach. What do you like to do at the beach? That is cool. I like doing that too. I like to swim in the water. I like to collect shells. I like to make sand castles. I like just sitting on the beach and sucking in the sun. I think it's so much fun. And I'm glad you guys like going to the beach too. If I was on a beach right now, I would like to have a barbecue with me and I would grill up some food. Probably some corn. I love corn. That would be delicious. Nom 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 nom. Oh, well, whew. We are just moving right along right here today because we have so much cool stuff to do. So before we get into it though, we're going to go straight to our countdown because we did not get to do that last week. We have a new countdown number on the board. Let me bring you over to it. Can you guys see that? What number do you think that is? It is a 3 and a 0. Whoa, a 3 and a 0. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. That is a 3 and a 0. And a 3 with a 0 next to it is, boop, 30. That's right, a 3 and a 0 is 30. Now, some people think that counting to 30 is really easy. But I have a hard time doing it because it's not easy to count to 30. I use two things to help me. I use my fingers and I use you guys to help. So count along with me, please, because I don't want to mess up. It's okay if I do, though, but I don't want to. So let me try. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Whew! Did you guys do it with me? Thank you so much. That was not easy. I didn't know if I was going to get all the way there. The higher it goes, the harder it gets. But it does help me to remember that it's just 10, and then another 10, and then another 10. So I can do that. If I can count to 10, then I can count to 30. If I can count to 10, then I can count to 50. And if I can count to 10, then I can count to 100. Whew! I don't know if I'm going to do that today because that sounds like a lot of work. But we should try it maybe at the end of the year because that's really hard to do. But I think we can do it if we all do it together. Well, let's go ahead and get into our spaceship. Whew. Shut the door. Let's go ahead and put on our seatbelts. Safety first. Let's go ahead and put on our helmets. Power up our rocket ship. Radar. Permission to blast off. Permission to blast off in 30 seconds. Here we go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Sometimes I like to just sit here and float around in outer space. I breathe in and out. Oh, it makes me feel so good. Sometimes I like just to float around outer space and breathe in and out when I feel frustrated. Yeah. Do you guys ever feel frustrated sometimes? Yeah. Especially when you're trying to do something and it doesn't work out the way you want it to. That happens to me a lot. When I'm trying to make like a jellyfish project, sometimes I can't cut it just right. Or I get it all done and I put it together and it just doesn't look the way I want it to. But that's okay. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to have things that are hard to do. We just keep doing it until we get it right. That's all that matters, right? We just try our best. And when we do get frustrated, we remember to breathe and just float around in outer space for a little bit. And then we come down. And we always feel better. Well, we're going to go ahead and do our project here in just a second. We're going to turn this camera around. We're going to take a look at our ocean and see if it looks different or not. And then we're going to make a jellyfish. Hope you're excited. I am. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, we're back and we're about to take a look at our ocean. I'm so excited to see what it looks like. Now, some of you thought that our ocean was going to still be mucky dirty to where we couldn't see through it. Let's see if that's true. And here it comes. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. It only took 2 days for all the sand in our ocean to settle down into the bottom. And now we can look right through this and it looks clear. Look at that. We can see our seashells. We can see the bottom of the ocean. with the sand. Look at this, it looks like a big trench. And it goes up. Wow, so cool. The top of it still looks pretty dirty because there's some stuff floating on it. But the inside is so clear. Wow. Do you guys remember that other video? It was so dirty in there. But now we can see everything. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see another one hiding underneath there. Wow. We still have our lines in the sand. This is so cool. And look, there's still some stuff floating down. Look at that. Where's it going? It's sinking to the bottom. That's crazy. Some of our sticks are floating, and some of them are getting so filled with water that they're getting heavier. And when they get heavier, they sink. That's probably why the shells are at the bottom and not at the top. That is such a cool ocean. It looks kind of like our pond, but if we remember, there are two major differences between ponds and oceans. One is that a pond is usually kind of small and it's surrounded by land, where an ocean is massive. It's huge. It covers the majority of our Earth. And one of the other major differences is that a pond is filled with fresh water. Yeah, fresh water. Where an ocean is filled with salt water. Now, I do not recommend drinking out of a pond under any circumstances because there are, remember, larvae and stuff living in them. And I don't really recommend drinking salt water either because it can make you very, very sick. But we are going to do a taste test with my son Ezra, and you can do this at home too, and see which one we think tastes better. So we're gonna do that in just a second. Hey guys, we're back and we are going to do a taste test to see what Ezra thinks tastes better. Salt water or fresh water? So would you rather drink water that's fresh or like from a pond, or water that is salty, like from the ocean? Well, we're gonna find out which one tastes better. Now, we are not using actual water from the ocean, and we are not ever using water from a pond or a lake. We would never drink that because that can make us really sick in our bellies. What we are gonna use is 2 cups of water, boop, some salt that you can get right from a house, boop, and a spoon. And remember, like any project that we ever do, we never ever do this without mom or dad helping us do it, okay? We don't want to ever get ourselves sick. So make sure that mom and dad always know first and help you do this kind of stuff, okay? It's very, very important. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Ezra, I'm gonna flip this camera. Ezra sit in this blue chair, not facing us. Yes, he is going to be backwards so he doesn't know. He is going to look out the window, and I'm going to take these 2 identical cups. One is just regular old fresh water, and the other one is going to have salt in it.
It's gonna be hard.
Oh.
Am I allowed to smell them?
No.
Oh, God.
And then I'll mix it up. All right, and then I will mix them around so he doesn't know which one's which. And now, let's see. Ezra, which one do you think tastes better? Salt water or fresh water? Just pick one up and take a big old swig of it. Remember, this is in the name of science. Try it. Is it good or bad? Big swig. 3, 2, 1, go. Which one do you guys think at home that was? Do you think that was the salt water or the fresh water? Why don't you try the other one? So which one did you guys think was the fresh water and which one did you think was the salt water? Was it good?
I did not like the salt water.
Well, let's set this project up again and I'll try. Okay, I'm gonna try now. One of these is fresh water, one of these is salt water.
I don't even know which one.
I'm gonna take a big gulp in the name of science and see which one tastes better. Let's see. Here we go. Ugh. Ugh.
I told you. I told you.
Oh. This one is salt water. If you want to know how bad it tastes, not on top of the. If you want to know how bad this tastes, and you don't, it won't make you sick. But if you want to know how bad this tastes compared to fresh water, you should try this at home. Try it at home with your mom and dad, mom or dad. Make sure that they try it too. I don't think I will do this. I will not do this again until next year. Because this is, woo! Wow, that is an experience. Okay.
You put too much salt in that one.
When we come back, I'm going to take a break and wash my mouth out. And when we come back, we're going to make a jellyfish, okay? So don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to finish up our ocean week by making a jellyfish that you can also make at home with just a couple of items from the house. This is a pretty easy project to do. Now, it's not always gonna come out right, and sometimes it's a little hard using the scissors, but that's okay. Mr. Bob never tries to do anything perfect. It's almost impossible to always do things perfect. So I just try to do them as best as I can. And like any science experiment we ever do, we wanna remember that it's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay if we do our science experiment and it doesn't work. If I make this jellyfish today and it doesn't work the way I want it to, or it doesn't look the way I want it to, that is fine. It is more about doing this, putting it together and seeing what you make. And remember, if you make it and you don't like the way it looks or you want to change things, change it. Make it again. Add different things to it. I'll talk to you about different things you can add to this jellyfish tank when we're done. But right now, let me go ahead and show you what we're going to be using. We have a bottle. I am using an orange juice bottle that is filled with water. Now you can use a soda bottle or a 2-liter. You can make this project as big or as small as you want. We are using a plastic bag. This is a normal everyday plastic sandwich bag. I'm using kind of a big one because we have a big jar. But if you have a small one, you can use that too. And I've used my scissors, and we used them with our parents' help to cut strips into the bottom part of the bag. We did not go all the way up. We only went halfway up because that's important. These are going to be the little legs of our jellyfish. So we only go halfway up with these. All right. And that's not that hard to do. It's a little hard to cut the plastic, so you might need mom and dad's help. But you cut the plastic in little legs all the way around both sides, okay? I cut it beforehand because it's hard for me to hold the camera and cut at the same time. We're gonna need a rubber band. We're gonna need a little cup of water. And we're gonna need some string. Now oh, boom, that's right. And blue food coloring. That's important. That makes it look cool. All sorts of other cool ways you can do this, and I'll talk about that when we're done. But let's go ahead and start this off. Let's see if I can get this camera set up in a good spot to where we can see what I'm doing. Let's see, does that work? Kind of. All so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our cut up bag and we're going to make like a little pocket in our hands with it. Now this is something that you might not be able to do yourself, so make sure mom and dad help you do it. And make a nice little pocket in there. And then once we get our little pocket, we're going to fill our little pocket up with water. Now, if this makes a mess, not a big deal. It's just water. We clean it up. Go ahead and dump it right into my hand. Ooh. That feels kind of cool.
It does?
Then, yeah, I'll let you feel it in a minute as soon as I get the dye on there. And we're going to close that up. And this is what we have the rubber band for. So I'm going to do this. A little twisty twist. And then we're going to take our rubber band and put it right there. And we're going to, yep. Probably should have used a smaller rubber band. What do you guys think, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so too. But that's okay. That's what we have the string for. This is just to get it to hold so that we can work with the string. I like when the water and the plastic get together, it makes that nice little purple color, which makes me think about jellyfish. All right, now once we get that on there, just like that, just enough to hold it tight, then I'm going to have Ezra hold it here, like that. Hold on, don't squeeze it yet, because I still have to do some other things. Ezra's going to hold it there, a little bit higher so I can get to it. Yep. Just like that. And I'm going to take our string.
Oh my god, that feels so good.
Yep. I'm going to take our string, and this is really what's going to hold it tight. So I take my string, tie a knot. Once again, this is something mom and dad are going to have to do with you because tying is difficult. And we're going to tie a couple more knots. You can, you just hold it as steady as you can. Perfect. Boop. I'm going to wrap it around again. This is the hardest part, but trust me, there is more fun parts for you guys. Well, that's a good type. I'm using a pink string because I think it looks more like a jellyfish color.
Pink and purple.
And I'll do one more wrap just to make sure it's nice and tight. Then I will take our scissors, thank you, whoop, and I'm going to cut the ends off. Now you don't have to cut a lot of the ends off because jellyfish kind of have things like this in them too, so hang your phone. It kind of just looks like another tentacle. I guess that's what it is. Jellyfish have tentacles?
Yes.
I just call them legs. So when you're done, it should look something like that. Now some water may leak out, but that's okay. And now we have our little baby jellyfish. Looks kind of cool. Now some other neat things that you can do with this jellyfish to make it look cool. Oh, my phone's getting wet. Can you give me a paper towel, Ezra? They're in the bathroom. We're going to pause for a minute to clean up the water so my phone doesn't get destroyed. I'll be right back. We're back. Woo, good. I just had to clean up the table so my phone wouldn't get destroyed. So here we have our little jellyfish. Now there's some other cool things that you can do with this jellyfish other than just put water in there. You can put soap, a little bit of soap in there, and that'll kind of give it like some bubbles. You could put dyed water in there if you want to make it like a pink inside, or if you want to make it like a yellow or a green inside, you can do that too. I leave it clear because we're going to do something with a flashlight that'll hopefully help reflect when it's clear, but that thing is really neat looking. Just in its own self. There's all its little tentacles. Let's pull these out.
What do we need for this whole entire big water?
Now that's a good question. Ezra's saying, what are we going to do with this? We've made our jellyfish. Well, this here, we're going to take the lid off, and we're going to put some blue food coloring inside. Let's see if that's enough. Let's try this. Put that lid on there. And it's sometimes cool just watching it float down in there.
Should I shake it up?
That's just want to watch it for a minute. It's very peaceful to look at.
Wow.
That looks really cool. Just in itself, that looks cool. All right, go ahead and shake it up, Ez.
Maybe we need a little bit more blue.
What do you guys think? A little bit more blue? All right, we'll put in a couple more drops.
So
We don't want it too dark, but we can put a couple more drops in.
1, 2.
All right, 2 more drops. And we'll go ahead and we'll shake that up. All right, so now we got that shaken up. We've got our blue ocean water, just like we'd have in our ocean. We're gonna take our lid off and we're gonna stick our jellyfish inside. Are you ready, Ez? You wanna do that?
Yep.
Pop her on in there.
I don't think it's gonna fit.
Oh, she'll fit. She might take a little bit of forcing, but we'll get her down in there. Jam it all the way in. Alright, once we get our jellyfish all the way in there, we put our lid back on top. Make sure it's tight. And now we have our jellyfish. And he's just floating around inside of there. You see it?
Do you remember you're gonna...
There it is. Let's flip this camera around so we can get a good look at it. There we go. Now inside of our tank is our jellyfish. And there it is. Look at that. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you guys can see it all right. There it is.
Can we bring it home?
Now you can make this at home. Bloop. And you can flip it around. And the jellyfish will actually move from the top to the bottom. The more you flip it, the more it wants to move around. See what happens if we shake it up. Ah. There it goes. There it is. Whoa! Look how cool it looks now. Whoa. That is awesome. Now mine is like a jellyfish in a tank. If you use a soda bottle, since they're more of a cylinder base, they'll actually, your jellyfish will actually float around kind of like this, which is really neat. So, it looks pretty cool. I think the next time I do it, I might add some color into my jellyfish, like pink. I think that'll look really good. I think I might add some soap bubbles too to it to see what happens. But that is really cool. There it goes. Now it's moving. But you never know. You never know until you try something like this at home. So have fun with it. Try different things. Maybe put some salt water inside your jellyfish. Maybe put some different colors inside them. Put some soap inside of them. You can put all sorts of stuff inside of there and see what happens. You can put some baking soda in there and watch really what happens. It gets crazy when you start adding baking soda to water. They do some funny stuff.
Wait, Dad.
And you can always take the lid off. Pull your jellyfish out, make another one, put 2 of them in there, get like a big 3-liter bottle and try it. It comes out really cool looking. I'm gonna leave this jellyfish here because I like the way it looks so much. I love just spinning it, and I think it'll be a fun thing to keep in our classroom for when you guys get back. Wow. So neat. I love jellyfishes. Hi guys, I hope you liked our ocean project. I hope you liked our ocean theme this week. Making an ocean is really super easy, and making that jellyfish wasn't hard either, and it came out really cool. I want you guys to try to experiment with that at home using different things, water, soap, different colors. You can even put glitter in the water and put that inside of your jellyfish. And even if you put it in the bottle and it doesn't move around the way you want to, you can still take it out of the bottle, you can hang it up. It looks really cool hanging up somewhere. Just gotta make sure it's really tight that the water doesn't get out. But leaving it in the bottle, it just looks, it really looks awesome. And you'll be surprised how much you take that out and look at it, because it is that much fun. But we're gonna conclude our week. We're going to listen to a scary story in a minute, but before we do, we're going to come back next week when we talk about the Earth. Oceans and ponds both exist on our planet Earth, which is what makes Earth really super cool, is that it's the only planet that we know of right now that we are 100% sure has oceans and ponds living on them. So that is cool. We're going to talk about Earth next week. We're going to see what happens when we dig a hole into the Earth. We're going to try to dig the deepest hole that we can dig and see if we can find sand and different layers in the Earth. And then on Thursday, we're going to have a very special project when we make our own giant volcano and blow it up right here at the school. So that's going to be really fun to watch too. It's very, very messy, and I usually bring a change of clothes when I do that one. That's how messy it gets. So we're going to do that next week, but before we go, we are going to tell a very, very scary story. Ooh. So I hope everybody's ready. Get a blanket, get a snuggle buddy, turn off the lights, because we're going to hear about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Ooh. Are you ready? Here we go. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, far, far away, the little girl named Goldilocks. Goldilocks loved to run around the woods looking for things to do. She would climb trees, and she would build forts, and she would ride a bicycle, and she would get covered in mud, and she loved to explore. Well, one day she was exploring in the deep, dark woods, and she came upon a house. Goldilocks thought to herself, I'm going to go see what's going on inside that house. So Goldilocks creeped up to the front door and knocked on it. Hello? Anybody home? And nobody answered. So Goldilocks opened the door. And there was nobody inside. So Goldilocks tra-la-la'd her way in. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. And then she saw, sitting on top of the stove, were 3 bowls of porridge. She thought to herself, I love porridge. So she tried the first bowl. Too hot! She tried the second bowl. Too cold. So she tried the third bowl. This is good pudding. And she ate it all up. Ooh, excuse me, said Goldilocks. And she decided that she was going to explore the rest of the house. So she tra-la-la-la-la-la her way through the rest of the house until she came upon a room. And in that room were 3 chairs. Matter of fact, that was the only thing that was in the room, was 3 chairs. That's kind of an odd room when you think about it. Does any of you guys have a room that has only 3 chairs in it? I don't. But she found it, and she sat in the first chair. Ooh, she said, too hard. She sat in the second chair. Ooh, too stuffed. Poop. And then she sat in the third chair. Ah, just right. Snap! Oh, the chair broke. Goldilocks got up and she went, oh, all this porridge eating and chair breaking has made me so sleepy. Ah. So she creeped up the stairs. And she went into the bedroom where she found 3 beds. Oh, goodness gracious. She tried the first bed. Ooh, too big. She tried the second bed. Ooh, too small. She tried the third bed. Ah, just right. Maybe I'll take just a wee little nap and then I'll go home. But Goldilocks did not take a wee little nap. No, Goldilocks was asleep for a long, long time, for she was very tired. Well, meanwhile, while she was home, while she was asleep, the 3 bears came home. They got to the front door and they noticed that it was open. Who's been in our house? Said the daddy bear. And he opened the door. And they crept into the kitchen. Who's been eating our porridge? Said the bears. And the mommy bear said, somebody ate my porridge too. And then the baby bear said, somebody ate my porridge and they ate it all up. They said, it's okay. Let's go sit down in our favorite chairs and everything will be all right. So they made their way to the chair room. And when they got there, they noticed that somebody's been sitting in my chair. And someone's been sitting in my chair. And somebody's done in my chair and they broke it. Ooh, this made the bears very, very angry. So they decided to go to sleep. Oh no! Oh no! But Goldilocks is sleeping up there. What's gonna happen? They crept up the stairs slowly. And they opened up the door slowly. And they looked at the first bed and the bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And then the second bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And then the third bear said, somebody's sleeping in my bed. And they're still there. So the 3 bears got right up close to Goldilocks. And then Goldilocks leaned over and went, oh. And the 3 bears said, tastes like porridge. The end. Woo! That story was so scary. I didn't know what to think. I thought Goldilocks was going to get away. She usually does. But once again, I changed the story just to make it a little bit more different. Sometimes I like to do that. You can do it too. Just like we talk about, whenever we tell stories, we can tell them however we want to tell them. We can make them have happy endings, we can make them have sad endings, we can make them scary, we can make them exciting, we can make them sad. It's however you want to tell it. Same with reading a book. I've heard a couple of you guys say, but Mr. Bob, I can't read. And you know what? That's not true. I've seen you read. I know you can do it. I've seen you take books and open them up and tell me about what all those pictures are doing, or remembering what those stories are from your mind. You can do that. It's great. And if you forget the story, make it up. Make up a new one. That's what makes stuff like this so much fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our class today. I hope everybody makes themselves a jellyfish because I would love to see it. If you need to get in touch with me, please do. You can write me a letter, send it in the mail, or leave it right at Persimmon. I will get it. I will show it to everybody on our channel. If you need to leave me a message, you can leave me a comment at the bottom. You can subscribe so you make sure you get all the videos, however you want to do it. I miss you guys so much. I can't wait to see you soon. Next week, talking about Earth, big explosions. Bye.